Hi guys, so we are making this type of bird assembly today, and this template is by an artist called Metakura. So I love his templates, and I'm going to assemble one of the birds today here. Guys, let's get started. So here are all the pieces that I've already cut and assembled. I'm just going to assemble now. So these are all the pieces. I'm going to keep them aside. Hi Shubham, how are you doing? Hi Amuz Nail Art. We are going to be using this Fevicol for connecting it together, and I'll be using a toothpick to apply the glue. So all the pieces are numbered here. So this is piece number one. Similarly, we have piece number two, three, four. So all the pieces I have. This is two, and we have three, and other pieces are there. So I'm just going to keep them aside for now, and let me start with piece number one and piece number two. So find the common numbers. So there is number 38 and number 34 here, and I have 38 and 34 here. So we'll start with one. We'll not do both of them together. And also within the same piece, here we have number 50 and 50 together. But if I connect this together right here, then what is going to happen is it will be very difficult for me to connect these two together. So first I'm going to connect this and this, and then I will connect this together. So just open the glue. Hi, Cynical. How are you doing? Just apply a small bit of glue on one of the sides and then use the toothpick. Hi Sunita, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. This is number 34. So find number 34 here and attach it. So you must have noticed that I'm using the Fevicol. I'm not using a transparent glue because this is slightly thicker paper. I'm also good cynical. Give it few seconds to adhere. If you use transparent glue, then it takes lot longer time to attach. But if you're a beginner, then you should use this glue, this transparent spool glue, because it gives you time to arrange the piece properly. When you are starting for low poly models like this one, then what happens is that you actually don't, you're not able to, connect it correctly at one go. So it takes a little bit of time. So this bird I made, the template is by an artist called Methacura. His templates are available on gumroad.com. So I'm putting the website link here on the chat. So you can also visit that. Search for artist Methacura. His templates are really good and very easy to assemble. Majority of it. Some of the templates are actually a little complex also. Okay, now that one of the pieces are done, let me just take out the glue somewhere separate. I'll just pick up the glue on my toothpick slightly. It's too much. Remove the. You have to apply actually just a very thin layer. You don't need to apply way too much glue. A thin layer works. Hi Jatan, how are you doing? Once you're done, then use your fingers to press it together. Gently press it together. Once again, give time for it to settle. Meanwhile, I'll try to close this one because this will form the beak of the bird. So before even you apply the glue, you have to ensure, sorry. So before you even apply the glue, you have to ensure that the pieces are in place. And if you're not able to hold them with the help of your fingers, then you can always use this curved forceps and you can put inside the open space and hold it with it. The purpose is just to ensure that they're stuck together properly. Now that the pieces are aligned, I'll simply apply the glue here. Guys, if you have any questions with regards to low poly paper art, if you have tried before, you want to try, feel free to ask in this live video. So these kind of pieces, since the paper is a little thick, so it is taking a bit of time to, adhere or glue together. But if you're doing it in a thin paper, then it will very quickly just happen. Another way of using forceps is just you close the forceps like this, put it inside, and then Cynical, I think you should start with some easy templates. There are a lot of very simple bird templates or open templates. So a lot of people start with closed models like this one. This is a completely closed model. There is no open space. So if you are not succeeding, then start with open models first, models which are open at the back. For example, I'll show you one model. So for example, this penguin that I made earlier. So this is open. See, so you'll have a lot of space to hold the pieces together. So try with open models first, and you will get all kinds of model on gumroad.com, the site that I have put on the chat before. So that's a really good site for open models. So you can check there. Now all you need to do is keep on connecting the pieces together. So just check if the numbers are same or not, because sometimes the size is same but the numbers are not same. So 45 to 45, 49 to 49, 42 to 42, and 46 to 46. So just keep connecting one by one. Don't connect multiple flaps together. Connect one flap with one edge. Only when it is connected properly, only then move to the other flap. Also with experience, you will get to know how much time you have to wait before you connect the other flap. So depending upon the kind of glue you use and the kind of paper you are using, you become experienced in it and you don't really need to wait. So you will see me connecting it very quickly, like one after another. But a lot of people are not able to do that. So don't worry if you are taking time, that's fine. Also, these pieces that you see folded and other stuff, that's already prepped. So I did it earlier during the day before I started the live video because that takes a lot of time. And I didn't want you guys to just sit here and see me cutting parts out together. So that's why I've already cut it. Also, there is this website called animapuppy.com, which also contains a lot of good templates. Some of them are easy, some of them are a little tough and uh, high complexity level. You will clearly find on the website they have clearly marked which is an easy template and which is a which is difficult template. So you can take that information and then decide whether you want to do it or not. But my suggestion still remains the same. Start with open models. Do not start with closed models because closed models are a little difficult to make. Yeah, I don't even need to see that whether I'm connecting the right edge together because I know that these pieces are going to go together. With experience, you'll keep getting to know that. So I've done this side. I'll let that side dry out. At the meanwhile, I'll do this side. Now, you'll see that this is stuck here, right? You cannot actually pull it. If you pull it, then this will come here. So in that case, what you do is you reverse the direction of the flap. So when you reverse the direction of the flap, it will be easy for you to just pull it back. So these are the tricks, for easy assembly of the models. Just because something is supposed to be valley fold doesn't mean that while applying the glue you have to keep it in valley fold or mountain fold. You can always reverse the direction of the flap to ease your assembly. And once it is done, you can once you are sticking it at that time, you can bring it in the right fold. See, I'll do the same thing here also. See, again, I folded it in the opposite direction. Even though the actual direction is valley fold, I have made it mountain fold. So this will help me to, easily pull it down at the right place. And once it is at the right place, I can always fold it back into the valley fold. So nobody is stopping you from changing the direction of the folds. It's actually up to you how you want to keep the direction of the fold while applying the glue. Just ensure that when you are pasting, it is in the right orientation. The valley fold should remain valley fold, and the mountain fold should remain mountain fold. So you can just watch how I'm doing it. And if you have faced such kind of difficulties in your assembly, then you can always apply the same when you are making your own low poly models. Always hold it for some time to ensure that you are able to securely connect the two pieces, glue the two pieces together. So we can see that the beak is now forming. The red and black combo is actually looking good. Now let's start with piece number 3. So what is the connecting? We have 43 and 48. So there is 43 and there is 48 here. And we have the 43 and 48 here. So we'll start with 1. We'll start with 43 first. Before even you apply the glue, first, try to connect the pieces together without the glue and see if they are aligning properly or not. So that when you apply the glue, you know where to place the pieces. Also, the layer of glue that you're applying has to be thin. It should not be too much or too less. Not too much that it is taking too much time to dry out, and not too less that it is not connecting all together. So here I am. Once again, it's very difficult for me to apply glue on this flap. So I'm simply going to reverse the direction of the flap just to apply the glue. And once I have applied the glue, I will change the direction of the flap again in the right direction. Hi Syam, how are you doing? So 24 and 24. And both are connected together. Good, good. How is your artwork going, Syam? Were you able to create the structure for the light box through my last video? The next part is coming tomorrow, by the way. Coming at the same time as usual. I'll let it dry for some time before I start with piece number 4, because too many pieces have been joined together. It will get closer like this. It's not come out properly. There's little gap here. You can see this gap here, little bit. But we'll ignore that. It's not actually visible. Once the model closes, it will not be visible. Okay, we're done with piece number 3. Now with piece number 4. Here is piece number 4, which is saying A1 and A2. We have A1 here and we have A2 here. Yes, Syam, obviously there is career in everything that we do, but I would myself suggest to get a proper career and then develop your career with the help of income from that career. It will take a lot of time to develop career in that. In foreign countries, there are a lot of people who are completely into paper arts. That's it, and that's their livelihood. So obviously, I cannot say that there is no career in this. There is career, but I don't think India has that much matured in terms of paper craft as a career. But you can definitely use it as a side income and make it your hobby. And over a period of time, once you develop this hobby enough, it will be very easy for you to develop it into a full-fledged career. You can go into it's not just about selling, right? You can go into teaching people how to do this. You can go and do workshop, do classes on this. So there are a lot of ways in which you can make money out of paper art also. So obviously there is career. There is career in everything. It's just a matter of how you pursue it. So this one is a flying bird. As you can see that these are the wings coming. So I had made one earlier, which was not a flying bird. Hi Rajat, how are you doing? All well? Today we are not doing any paper cutting, but we are assembling a low poly model. And this template is by an artist called Methacura, who is one of my favorite artists when it comes to low poly models. Thank you, Rajat. I'm glad you like my work, and I hope that my videos have been helpful. This is piece number 5, which will go here and here. I need to pour out a little bit more glue. We are using this glue, normal Fevicol. So, Rajat, what new have you made recently? I have not seen anybody pursuing any particular course. But yes, you're right. In foreign, there is a separate course for paper engineering. In fact, within paper engineering, there are a lot of separate areas. Paper engineering is a very broad area. It involves a lot of stuff, understanding 3D modeling, origami, folding structure, etc. So yes, there are institutes which provide that. I have not seen in India. I'll need to do a little bit of research on that. But you're right. There are courses uh, within India. I'm not sure. Never actually pursued it. Everything that I've learned is hands-on through my own research. That's nice, Rajat. Low poly cat. One of my very first models was low poly cat. I don't have it anymore with me. My cat destroyed my low poly cat. So that was a little bit of irony. My cat sat on my low poly cat. If I come across any information, Syam, I'll let you know. This is piece number. We have done 5. Now we have 6. 6 is going for 25, 31, 30. So this side and so this is piece number 6. So we have 25 going here. We have this going here. Okay. We have this going here. So that's how this is going to go. Let's try to connect it. And then we have 33. 33. Where is 33? 33, 33. Okay. I'll need to do a little bit of treasure hunt now. Where the hell is 33? So we have 24, 30, 21. Okay, so this will connect here. So we have this 30. 30 goes here. And 25 goes here and 31 goes here. So we'll start with this one because that is the biggest piece. Always start with the biggest one if possible because it anchors the entire piece together. So let's apply the glue here. See, you have to apply a really thin layer. If you apply thick layer and if there is glue any spillover, you can just do your finger like this and remove the glue before you even put the piece together. So here we go. That's piece number 30. Sorry, side number 30. This goes here. Similarly, I think this is going to go here, 28, right? This is going to go here. So I've never built this model, so I myself don't know how this is going to come. Uh, Shubham, right? Yeah, Shubham. So I myself am learning. I'm actually, I don't get a lot of time to spend time on learning softwares. I can do some very basic models. In fact, there are few videos on my channel which talks about how to build basic things. So normally I use the Blender software, but I think I have a long way to go to make a video on that because I myself need to learn that. So normally, since I don't get time to, I take up free models from the internet and sometimes change it, sometimes use as is, or sometimes make some modifications to it. How can we display our low poly art? You can always hang it from the ceiling. So it depends upon what kind of art it is. If it's a something that can be put on the wall, so there are different designs available. In some model, there is a space at the back to actually paste it on the wall. The models are designed that way. Then there are models which are supposed to be hung from the ceiling or from the wall. Then there are models which you can put in a display case. So it all depends upon what kind of low poly model you have worked upon. So this bird and this bird that I have made before, this is going to be hung from the ceiling. So I'm going to make a case for it and then I'm going to hang it from the ceiling. Like I said, depends upon what model is that you have worked upon. Now this one, difficult to apply glue like this. So I'm going to reverse this. And since I need to bring it in the right orientation, so I'm going to reverse the orientation again and I'm going to paste it here. Is there any material to fill the model inside that we can make it hard and insensitive? Yeah, a lot of people have tried that and they have failed. A lot of people tried to put inflatable foam inside it, and you have to understand its paper. The moment you put anything that is self-expanding, it's going to destroy the structure of the model because at the end of the day, it's paper. It's going to inflate like a balloon if you put any inflatable structure inside. But there are few things that you can do. Definitely, one of the most crude way of doing it is doubling the thickness. So on each of these faces, this face that you see, at the inside you stick something thick. So what will happen is that you are going to get that hardness to the model. But I think the low poly models themselves are very sturdy, very light. So attach it to a base that is, attach it to a base that is what? How should I say it? That is solid in itself, so that it doesn't move around. That's one way I do it. I attach it to a base which is solid, so that way it doesn't move around. But everyone has their own way of doing it. But filling normally does not work. I have tried it before. Filling does not work. There are few varnishes and paints, transparent paints that you can apply at the top or on your or on the faces of your model on the outside, which will prevent. Let me just connect this one first. Yeah, so I was saying that there is a decoupage comes that you can connect that helps to actually harden your surfaces. But Decoupage, I'm not. I have tried once. I didn't really like it. It's okay, but it's not that great. So it depends how you are actually looking at it. For some reason, it is not coming okay. I don't know. Let's see. I hope that's stuck. Now we have 29 here. Right, 29. 29 here. Something is wrong here. I don't know. How is it going to get connected? Weird. Sometimes these templates are so confusing. Normally, this guy's template is really good, but this one is confusing. I have not done it before, so I myself don't know where the pieces are going to go. Anyways, let me just follow the numbers. Normally, I do not recommend to use anything below 200 GSM for low poly models. But when you use thick models, so these curves and edges, these points that form as a part of low poly, they are very sturdy in itself. So unless you apply force deliberately to destroy it, they normally stand good. So you don't really need to worry about them. Okay, I really don't know how this is turning out. We have connected the correct sides together. So we have 36, we have 40. Where is 36 and 40? We have 27. I think I'm missing some pieces here. Am I? I'm not missing pieces. So let's see. Okay, coming back to 6, 7. Now we have 8. So 8 is going to go here. So this is going to go here. So let's just put it here. That's straightforward. No, my family members are good. Everything is good. No problems. This template, if you look at the chat, one of the points that I mentioned was that this is you can find it at gumroad.com. So this is the hanging birds template. So I'll just pin that comment so that it's visible to everyone. So I've pinned the message, so it will be at the top. The website is gumroad.com without any spaces. On the gumroad.com, search for the artist called Methacura. That's the name of the artist, Methacura. So he's the one who has made this template. He's really good at doing his low poly models, and he's very innovative also. Oh, so that's where it goes 27 and 33. Okay, now I get it where it is going. I was searching for these two numbers, just was not getting. So this will have to be like this, and this will also have to be like this. Unfortunately, it will go something like this. And we have this 20 and 17. 20 and 17 are here. So these two go inside like this. That's the structure that they were trying to form. So this is going to be difficult. So let me just, after 8, put this number 9 here. This is going to be tough. So on a complexity scale, I would rate this model, even though there are very few pieces to it, but depending upon the angle of join between the pieces, I would rate this model somewhere between you know, medium to high complexity level. So do not start with this model, obviously. If you have experience, you can start with it. Guys, feel free to ask any of questions with regards to low poly or paper art in general. That's why I do all these live videos so that you guys can ask me questions and I can clarify your doubts. I need to apply glue here. It's becoming a little difficult. Let me try. That's why toothpicks are so helpful in applying the glue. The longer toothpick you have, the more flexibility you have with regards to application of the glue. You can then reach out to those tiny little places that normally with your finger you won't be able to reach out to. So this is going to be connected here, obviously. Okay, first I'll need to connect this piece. Sorry about that. And normally don't do live on low poly models because they are very precision requirement is very high in low poly model. So normally avoid doing it, but I just felt like today doing it. So let me just first connect this piece. I'll let it dry. I'll move on. Meanwhile, I'll move on to the other side. So if you're seeing me this on this live video, you'll see that I normally start with the middle of any piece, the flaps that are in the middle, because that allows me to let one side dry out, and meanwhile, while the other side is drying off, I can work on the remaining side. So it's like a efficiency increases if I do it this way. Oh, some glue is there. Okay, I'll remove that later on. And meanwhile, I'll attach this one also so that both of them are together. I hope you can hear me, guys. I'm speaking very slow. There's music also going on. So I hope you can hear me clearly. If not, let me know. I'll reduce the volume of the music. I don't think this entire assembly is going to take, since I'm doing it live, it is taking me a little bit more time. But normally, this is not going to take you more than an hour or so. You should be able to finish this within an hour's time because the number of pieces are very less. Even though the assembly is a little complex. Now it's time for the complicated part. I have to ensure that this gets connected here correctly. So basically what I need to do is I need to press these two pieces together. Oh my god, this is difficult. Finally. Because of this wing structure, you see when pieces are like this close to each other, that's when it creates problem because it becomes very, very difficult to actually, because when you're folding the pieces, you actually don't know till what angle you need to fold. That you only come to know when you are connecting the pieces together. So a lot of times this creates, problems. Okay, I need more glue. Once again, this is the glue that I'm using, normal Fevicol. I need to hold it like this. Sorry, I'm going outside the camera. Normally, when I make the videos on low poly, I cannot talk, too much about every aspect of it. So that's why I'm doing this live video so that I can talk everything related to low poly. I need to hold it once again before I can release it. And obviously these two are going to go together. Yes, 18 and 18. So I'll tell you one of my experiences on low poly models. At one time I was building this low poly model. So normally whenever somebody is giving, creating a template for low poly model, there are two kinds of lines that you will see. So one is this normal dotted line, and then there is this dash dot dash dot. I don't have any pieces left with that. So uh, general, convention that is followed is that this how should I say this this dotted line is supposed to be, you know, valley fold wherein you fold inwards, and dash and dotted is mountain fold wherein you fold outwards. But then there are some, artists who can create, or depending upon to what region they belong to, they what they do is that they reverse it. So I had this one template. I kept on making, and I just couldn't understand why the shape is not coming. And then I realized something, that the entire model is reversed. And by that time, I was already finished with three or four pieces. I just had to abandon it. So, but over the period of time, I got experienced enough to understand, whether the lines are mountain or, they are valley. Just by looking at the pieces, you can tell whether the dotted lines represent mountain fold or valley fold. But that is something that can only come from experience. You'll have to work on it a lot. So let's start connecting this piece. When I had built my first bird model, that was my first ever low poly model that I had ever built. Before that, I had only done, paper cutting. So when I had made that, I really felt that that was the most beautiful thing that I've ever made. And that's where I fell in love with my desire to make low poly models. I don't intend to stop, Sham. I'm just starting. I'm going to make lots of videos. I'm trying to explore a lot of new ideas, new things that can be done. So don't worry, you're going to see a lot of videos from me. Paper arts are really fascinating. Like, there is so much you can do with a single sheet of paper. Nowadays, online courses are becoming very much available on paper arts also. So if you go to Udemy or other websites, online websites, they have started providing courses, online courses. Obviously, not like paper engineering, but online courses are available. So you can explore that. Also, there are a lot of free books available with regards to paper engineering. So even if you don't get a course, you can always explore that option. Now I'll like to reverse this one. Yes, it is possible to make a person's face with paper. There are two ways to do it. One is by folding the paper, or what we call it, paper sculpture. Then the other is by actually uh, creating low poly model. So this is something that I've been trying for a long time. I've succeeded somewhat, but not enough to actually create a paper face. There are few models, paid models available online. So there is one with Harry Potter. Then there is other with I think Stallone. Template is there. They are available online on Gumroad, so you can always purchase them and try to build them. But yes, from a technical perspective, these are difficult to build, because when you build something like a face, there will always be certain amount of detail there. It can't be low poly. It has to be medium poly. At the moment you move from low poly to medium poly, the templates immediately jump from medium complexity level to extremely high complexity level. So that catch is there. But yes, you can make face, and there are 3D softwares available which can capture the face of the person and all that. So all that facilities are there. And finally, we have this connected here. Okay, first I'll connect this one. This is getting like too complex. I should have chosen some other template, but no backing out now. Let me create a little room for myself. Yeah, once I know, I'll definitely prepare a tutorial. I immediately prepare a tutorial on anything new that I come across. So you don't have to worry about that. You'll always have a tutorial for something that I know. Finally, done with the tough part. Now the easy things remaining. Yeah, there are a lot of ways, you can earn from paper. So there is a whole market now for creating paper portraits. I myself receive a lot of orders for paper portraits. So portrait has become one of the very famous gifting articles nowadays. And I myself make at least 7 different varieties of portrait. So it has been a good side income for me. But that 3D one is not going to be an easy thing to make, that's for sure. Even that can be a gifting article, but the problem with 3D is you can't make it small. You will have to make it like big size. It will just not be possible to make 3D small with enough detail on the face because it has to look like the face of the person. It just doesn't have to be face. It should match that person's face, and that will be a very difficult thing to achieve. Not impossible, but difficult. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Set. Yes, finally. Finally, it's almost closed. This I need to close like this. I just need to close it like this here. Just fold it properly so that it gets closed. So apply glue on both of them. There are some cases where you can apply glue on two flaps simultaneously, like this one, where you won't get an opening if you connect one of the pieces. You're welcome, Shyam. So in this case, I'm going to apply glue on both the sides. Now, I just need to hold it like this for some time for it to connect. And we are done with one of the pins. Just need to connect it a little bit because this is a slightly open structure. You don't need to connect it completely. I'll need to give it some time to connect, otherwise it will pop out immediately. Now this is looking good. Now this is actually looking good. When when we started, we just couldn't figure out where the things are going to go. But this has come out good. Little difficult, but very nice. And for the other side also, it's flat. To apply the glue here. Once you're done, again hold out so that they stick together. This bird is coming really nice, just like this other bird. This is also going to be a hanging bird. Later on, I'm going to attach it to a hanging assembly. Okay, now it's time to close the bird quickly. So we have only two pieces left, this and this. This is an open piece, and this is going to be the last piece. We have 7 and 8, and we have 9 and 13. So 9 and 13 is going to go there. 7 and 8 are part of this. So let's see. That's 9, 13. I think I'm missing one piece. First, let me connect this. Then I'll check out on the other piece. When you have the right colors, it becomes so easy to make a model. I need to wait one moment before it dries out. Meanwhile, I'll apply the glue. This Lowpoly is actually a hybrid structure. You have open-ended things and you have proper Lowpoly pieces also. Matakura is famous for making these kind of structures. He always makes hybrid structures. In most of his models, you'll see hybrid structures. It's really fun to work on his models. I wish I could make these kind of models. Almost there. I think one piece I'm missing, definitely. Numbers are 10, 14, 12, and 7 and then 9. 7 and 8. Uh, which numbers am I missing? I'm missing one piece. That's also not it. We don't have the piece here. We don't have the piece here. What have I missed? Nope, that's done. That's also not there. Really? Uh, okay. I don't think that this will go there. No, we are definitely missing a piece. So sad. I really don't know where that other piece is. Okay, that's a tragedy. It should look something like this. That piece that I'm missing. No, it's a tragedy. What can I say? Because this is definitely not going to go there. Hmm. Okay, I will find it later. I'll try to connect it later. But that's how this will be. So there is one piece which is missing here, and then at the end of that piece, this is going to get connected here. So I'll try to find out where that missing piece is, because this is not going to go inside here. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. So this is how the bird is going to look. This is a set of three birds. So this is the first bird, this is the second bird, and I'll make the third bird on another live video. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.